Alright, so this is 2020 GCE Biology Paper 2. Specifically, I'm going to answer question 5, which is coming from genetics. Okay, so biology is very simple. You can get one provided that you follow what I'm going to show you. Okay, and provided that you use a syllabi which the examiners are using, or the ECZ, okay, which is recommended for you secondary level. Okay, so question 5 is saying lead green color blindness is a sex-linked characteristic. Then as for question A, Roman number 1 is saying define sex-linked characteristic. So now when we talk of a sex-linked characteristic, this one is just the occurrence of non-gene or non-sex chromosome on the sex chromosome. The occurrence of the non-gene or non-sex chromosome on the sex chromosome. That is what sex-linked characteristic. Now, what does this mean? So on this part here, let me try to elaborate something on this part. So we have the two types of chromosomes. We have the Y chromosome and the X chromosome. Okay, so we have the X chromosome and the Y chromosome. So now the difference between the X chromosome and the Y chromosome is that the X chromosome is longer than the Y chromosome. Okay, so the X chromosome is longer than the Y chromosome. Apart from that one, the differences is that on the X chromosome, that is where now the sex-linked characteristic occur, but on the Y chromosome, it does not occur. So in short, what I mean here on this part here is that sex-linked characteristic only occur on the X chromosome, not on the Y chromosome. X, or let me say sex-linked characteristic occurs on the X chromosome, but not on the Y chromosome. So apart from that one, you need to know the chromosomes for female and a male. Okay, so the chromosomes for a female, it is what? XX. So which means both chromosomes are affected by what? Sex-linked characteristic. Now as for a male, it is what? XY. So which means on the male, only the part of X is affected by the sex-linked what? Characteristic. Now, on this part here, what you need to understand is that a female can be a carrier. Now, what it means when you say a female can be a carrier, it doesn't mean that when a female is a carrier, it is affected by a sex-linked characteristic. No. A carrier, when you say a carrier, it is just a person, just a carrier of that disease. Okay, which means through genetically transferring of inherited characteristic, you're going to find that the offspring are going to be affected, but not the parent. Okay, so remember I was saying sex-linked characteristic occurs on the X chromosome, but not on the Y chromosome. So now, as for Roman numeral number 2 is saying what causes sex-linked genetic disorders like the lead green color blindness. So the first one being is mutation. Okay, so mutation is just the change in gene structure and the number of what? Chromosomes. So mutation is just what? The change in gene structure and the number of what? Chromosomes. Okay, then apart from that one, you can also say the recessive what? Gene. So during the transfer or the inheritance, you're going to find that males are highly affected by sex-linked characteristics. Okay, males are highly affected by what? Sex-linked characteristics, because on the Y chromosome, sex-linked characteristics does not occur. Okay, so let me repeat on this part here. I'm saying males are highly affected by sex-linked characteristics because on the Y chromosome, sex-linked characteristics that does not what? Occur. Okay, so apart from mutation, I can say recessive what? Gene. Okay, recessive what? Gene or genes. Okay, then as for question B, it is saying a normal couple had a color-blind son. Remember, a son is more like a male. Okay, so like they were saying, males are highly affected by what? A sex-linked characteristic. So a normal couple had a color-blind son. Using the gene, using the what? The gene capturator what? R for normal color vision and gene r for color blindness. Write down the genotypes of the father and the mother. So now when you talk about the genotypes of the genotype. The genotype is just the genetic composition of a living organism. The genetic composition of a living organism. So let's say, for example, for me, like the way I'm recording this video, you can tell by hearing my voice that I'm a male, okay? Or just by looking at me, okay, you can tell that I'm what? I'm a male. That one we can consider it to be what? A phenotype. Now, specifically, let's say for example, you can see me like the way I'm recording this video, like I am a male, but genetically I am a what? A female. Okay, you have seen such people, you have seen such of people in your community, like they appear to be like males, but they are female. Okay, yeah. So when you talk of genetic or genotype, that one is good. It's going to tell you exactly if that one is a female or a male. Okay. So now on this part here, we are required to use capital letter R for a dominant gene and small letter r for a recessive what? Gene. Now remember, the chromosomes for a male, it is what? XY. Okay. So it's what? XY. And for the mother, which is the female, it is XX. Now on this part here, for us to have the blind or the color blind child, which means the mother is going to be what? A carrier. Now, saying a carrier doesn't mean that a person is sick or is affected by red green color blindness or sex-linked characteristic. No, it is just a carrier of that disease. So in this case here, the father is going to be what? The norm. So I'm going to say X to the power capital letter R, then Y. Remember, sex-linked characteristic does not occur on the Y chromosome. Okay. So apart from that one, males, a male can't be a carrier. A male can't be what? A carrier. So in this case here, the mother is going to be what? The carrier. So I'm going to say X to the power capital letter R, X to the power small letter what? T, R. So those are the what? The genotypes. And remember, genotypes are represented by what? Alleles. And alleles are represented by what? T, letters. Okay. Then as for the last one, which is C, is saying, using a genetic diagram, show how the son could have been born color blindness. So in this case here, I'm going to use now the genotype of the father and the mother. So I'm going to start with the phenotype, which is the outward appearance. So the phenotype, I'm going to say the normal father close with the normal mother. Then as for the genotype, for the father, it is what? X to the power capital letter R, then Y. Then as for the mother, it is X to the power capital letter R, X to the power capital letter T, I. Okay. So in this part here, on this part here, I'm going to split the gametes. So once I split the gametes, I'm going to find that X to the power capital letter R is going to cater to every gene or the chromosome on the mother. And similarly to the Y, okay. So the Y from the father is going also to cater the two genes or the chromosomes to the mother. As the result, we are going to find that the random assortment is going to occur, or random fertilization. So once random fertilization occurs, you're going to find that we're going to have F1. So F1 symbolizes first filler. F1 symbolizes what? First filler. Okay, so in this case here, we are talking of the genotype, so we can say genotype. Then as for the first one, I'm going to say X to the power capital R, X to the power capital R. Then the second one, these are X to the power capital R, X to the power small r. Then as for to the other side on this part here, you can say X to the power capital R, which is the normal male. Okay, then Y. Then X to the power small r, then Y. So we can conclude that at the end here, we are having the son. Remember, the son is more like the male. Okay, so males are represented by the X and Y chromosome. So green color blindness or red green color blindness can be caused by a recessive what? Gene. Like small r here, it's what? A recessive gene. So in this case here, you can say at the end we are having what? A color blindness what? Or a color blind child. Then As for the first filler or F1 phenotype, we are going to find that the first one, to the first side here, we are going to have the what? The normal female. Then the next one, you can say the normal female or the cardiac female, followed by the normal male. Then the last one is the color blind son or male. So that was the last one. Thanks for watching.